Perfect. Okay. My presentation is on sharenting. This references the way in which parents use social media to document and discuss their children's lives. The most common platform is Facebook, but Instagram and Twitter are also popular. It's a social issue because it negatively affects students, most specifically their self-concept. And this is ultimately because parents are cultivating and crafting their child's identity before the child is able to do that for themselves. April 2017, a father was sentenced to 3 months in prison for posting a picture of his son naked. His son was 2 and was holding beer and his genitals. So I share this anecdote because I think it perfectly encapsulates how detrimental it can be when a parent forms the child's identity on social media, so there's a sense of permanence, but the child had no agency in that post. They didn't consent to it, so lots of room for negative self-concept to occur. 52% of mothers and 34% of fathers from children up to 4 participate in sharenting. So it's affecting a lot of the population, but it's not just parents. 92% of children under 2 have a social media presence, and 1/3 of those children have that before they're even a day old. The motivation for why parents would do this is because it acts as a social capital. Children's achievements are like a currency among adults that enables parents to form their own identity concerning their parenting skills, so they get to shape who they are as a parent through their kids. So that is a reason that parents would participate. Also, parents aren't just posting good things about their kids, they're also opening up, sharing that it's not always rewarding, this is very struggling, it's hard work. And so being able to talk about those things, having a space for that, it's also like connection. So representation, or sharing memories, having like a digital scrapbook that documents your child's growing up. And then also access, so being able to share things with people who can't experience it in real time or who aren't there physically. In my research, I really wanted to figure out how the kids were responding to this. So there was actually an article that featured a focus group study conducted among 46 adolescents, ages ranging from 12 to 14. And one of the students notes, "Always when my mom takes pictures, I'm not wearing my best clothes, and then she posts it online. But it is not my most beautiful picture, and I'm bothered about that, because on social media you try to make yourself beautiful." So this quote really highlights that when kids transition into adolescence, they realize that it's becoming more and more important to follow the rules of social media, to care about how you present. Another student speaks to the negatives of not being able to consent to what you post, especially at a time in that transition where it matters what you look like. They note, when you are a shy girl and you are being bullied and then someone finds such a picture of you on social media, the bullying might get worse. So this is harassment towards a child, which is definitely a negative impact as a result of sharenting, as a result of not being able to control what gets posted. But another student highlights the permanence of these things and is already articulating, what if this stops me from getting a job? They wrote, "For instance, you do something at school, something technical, and you fail, and your parents put that online, and you want to do a technical job later. People will always be able to find that post, and that can be bad for you." So these kids are able to articulate that sharenting has detrimental effects to them in their lives, and it's an infringement on their ability to develop an identity for themselves. So as adolescents begin realizing these things, they're participating in the act of impression management. So that simply references children's want to control others' perception of them. So they're just managing others' impressions of who they are. And so that's something to be mindful of, like when you consider this a social issue and how it could affect kids in classrooms. Kids realize that their social presence is more important than it used to be, and the things their parents post could detract from their learning or create like social tension among peers. But the students in the focus study kind of laid out ways in which we can solve this, kind of, because it's not going to go away. So through their quotes, the person who wrote the article then created 4 categories for what the students were getting at. Before parents post, they need to consider the type of information. So there's quite a bit of nudity in sharenting. Like 15 years ago, I don't think parents would have been comfortable posting naked pictures of their children, but now it seems to be fairly normalized. So before parents post, before they participate in sharenting, just assessing, is this appropriate? Also considering the intimacy of the information, and like if it's too personal, really humanizing the child and thinking, oh, they're not going to care because they're 1-year-old. There are no boundaries. It's not too personal. And then thinking about them later and realizing, oh, they might be embarrassed of this. Maybe that would stop me from posting. Regularity of information. This is actually an important facet of sharenting, because sharenting kind of references that parents post frequently, a little too frequently. So the kids are just saying, like, tone it down. You can post 1 picture on the first day of school, but don't post 20 in one day. Just documenting kind of mindless, going about life events. And then also making sure to, if they can consent, involving the adolescents. If the adolescent can't consent, if they're not old enough, then just really considering the previous bullets before posting. In my research, it was documented that 13 is the official age of consent. So if a child was upset by something their parents had posted, they could actually do something about it at 13. I used images in this. Here's that. And here are some articles that are really interesting if you care to read them. Thank you for watching my presentation.